A wealthy man brought a pile of baseball gear. He wanted his son to join the team as a left fielder, but Joel believed that money couldn't buy everything, especially not a player's position on the team. Ghetto argued, but the coach quickly stepped in, stopping the fight before it got worse. As punishment, he made everyone run 5 laps. "This is a team," he said. "You have to work together." And so, training continued non-stop. The coach had one goal: to teach these kids baseball in just 4 weeks. But in his dedication, he completely forgot about his date with the woman he liked. Luckily, one of the players had a quick idea. He handed the coach a flower. It was a little wilted, but the woman didn't mind. After weeks of intense training, the team was finally ready for their first game. The coach had prepared uniforms for everyone. Everything was set, except for one problem. Joel's father refused to let him go, but Joel stood his ground. "I'm going," he said. His father had no choice but to give in. And so, the coach led the team toward the U.S. border. He explained to the border guards that they were just there for a baseball game. The soldiers checked their bags, only the bare essentials, just a few changes of clothes. But there was one more obstacle. The nearest bus station was still kilometers away. Yet, for these kids, no distance was too far for their dreams. So they lined up and started walking. Meanwhile, their opponents arrived at the field, only to see something unexpected. The kids were rolling around on the grass. They had never seen real grass before. Overwhelmed with excitement, they couldn't help themselves. The opposing coach shook his head. "There's no way they'll even finish the first game," he muttered. Then, the match began. The pitcher threw the ball. The batter swung and hit it perfectly. All eyes followed the ball. Then the outfielder caught it flawlessly. Their first perfect play. The coach quickly adjusted their positions. They worked together, pushing toward victory. Their teamwork was incredible, eliminating one opponent after another. And with 7 runs, they won their very first game. The players cheered, celebrating their victory. But that night, one boy sat in pain, crying. It turned out that he had cut his foot on broken glass during training last week. Yet, he had walked kilometers and played an entire game without saying a word. He was terrified that if anyone found out, he wouldn't be allowed to compete. The coach's heart ached for him.
"You're not going to be able to play on this foot."
"Then I will play on the other."
"You'll play on the other."
But at the same time, he felt proud. Their love for baseball was undeniable.